Hey guys, welcome back to Iggy's Toy Parade and Soldier Review. This is your host Iggy, and once more, I'm filming a video in my bed. And the reason being is that my kitchen table has my dinner preparation there, and I still wanted to make a video tonight, so I thought, well, I'll just go where I started early this morning. By the way, I'm feeling a lot better. It turned out it was my blood sugar was 379, which is not real terrible, but it was high enough to make me not feel too good. So that's what that was about. And I feel pretty good right now. Uh, so these are some of the loose joes that I had. I got a bunch of, I got to go through all this stuff over here. I'm not looking forward to that, guys. These Joes have all been separated from their equipment. There is one that's got some of his equipment on, and that's the parachutist. But for some reason, I feel like he's got the wrong helmet on. I think this is a German Fallschirmjäger helmet. In fact, I'm almost convinced of it because, see, it's that blue, sort of a slate blue color. That's what the early Fallschirmjäger helmets look like. So this helmet does not go on this figure here. But the rest of his gear is, let's see, is he got something on his back here? Yes, he's got most of his gear on. Although he's missing his weapon, and of course, this is the wrong helmet. In fact, let's just take this off because that looks really bizarre to see him wearing a German helmet. Okay, so this one here is Ultimate Soldier, and it was an Eastern Front uniform set that's been put onto a regular G.I. Joe, as you can see there. The helmet is from Cotswold Collectibles. That's not the helmet I had on him originally. It's just one that I found in this tangled mess over here on my chair. But I call this a Normandy style helmet because of its unique camouflage pattern. And it's not what came with this uniform. But that's an Ultimate Soldier uniform coat on a regular G.I. Joe. Now, the next one up, this guy here, he looks kind of dumb. I'm not very smart, but I can lift up heavy things. This guy here, well, Iggy's not very smart, and he doesn't look like this. Anyway, he is from the Soldiers of the World. And Soldiers of the World came out at the same time as Ultimate Soldier and G.I. Joe. It was an attempt to rip off the success of those other companies. So it was kind of like a knockoff series. However, they made some really good Jeeps. The American Jeeps they made were really nice. And also some of the equipment was pretty cool too. They did make some 50 caliber machine guns that looked just a wee bit too big. I remember when I was in the Army, if there was an alert, we had to carry the 50 cal from the armory, and we would have to check it out, and we'd also have to pick up a firing pin, which I think the firing pin was kept in an empty ammunition box, but I could be wrong about that. That seems to be my memory of it, but you know how that goes. It's been 40 years, so things fade over time. Um, I remember carrying the barrel to the 50 cal to the tank. The tank park was I don't know, about a half a mile away. Now, I'm glad I carried the barrel because the actual 50 cal, it was pretty heavy and it would hurt your shoulder. Because, when you're carrying it, you'd rest it on your shoulder and it would hurt. It was pretty heavy. And even the barrel was heavy. I can't say with certainty, but it was probably like 10 pounds, 5 or 10 pounds. It's hard for me to say after all these years. Um, I remember we had this lieutenant who thought he was really hardcore. To give you an idea of how hardcore we thought he was, his nickname was Sugar Bear. And he was kind of an idiot. And he knew I didn't like him. So uh, I remember one night I had to clean the mud out of the interior of our tank with a toothbrush. And of course, the water inside the tank on the floor of the tank was frozen solid. So I would have needed a knife or something, a hammer or something to chip out the ice. But I was given a toothbrush, and he instructed our uh, sergeant to. He pulled me in front of the entire platoon and said, "See this guy? I don't want any of you to talk to him. He's a bad character. He's doesn't know what he's doing. Just on and on, stupid shit like that." All it did was make people feel sorry for me that they were so blatantly picking on me. And then during the night while I was on guard duty, he spent like an hour sneaking up on me, but he didn't surprise me because I knew he was coming. I could hear the mud squishing from his boots, and it was pitch black. You couldn't see your hand in front of your face. And he leaped up on the tank. I was in the uh, oh gosh, I guess the gunner's hatch, because on the commander side there was a cupola. So I was on the gunner side, and he jumped up on the tank and grabbed for me, and I almost shot him. I'm not kidding. We were not supposed to be on guard duty with a loaded pistol, and I loaded mine because I heard suspicious noises. I didn't know this jerk was sneaking up on me. He was trying to catch me sleeping, and that's something I never did when I was on guard duty. Um, so I almost shot him, and I think I even yelled, "You stupid asshole! I could have killed you," and I didn't get in trouble for saying that because I think he knew that he did something messed up. He probably wanted me to keep quiet about it. Anyway, how did I get off on that? I was talking about the 50 caliber by Soldiers of the World. I think it's a little too big, but they came out with some really nice sandbags and some oil drums and other things that if you want to create a diorama, I recommend those items to you. Okay, so that's the Soldiers of the World, and I think he's wearing an Ultimate Soldier uniform. You can tell by the buttons. No, I can't tell by the buttons. It doesn't look too bad, the uniform. I like his haircut. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I am a German. That makes me stupid. So when in the movies, the Americans shoot at us and we never hit them, but they always kill all of us. That's why the war lasted 4 years. I can't stand those kind of movies. Anyway, Now, what do we have here? This was a mail away, only I didn't buy it. Well, what happened is Ultimate Soldier had this deal that if you sent in something, I can't remember, it was a proof of purchase or whatever it was on the card or the box, you could mail away for this um, Eastern Front figure, and he's wearing a this is a reversible parka, and it's mouse gray on this side and white on the reverse side. So he has like a white snowsuit on, and he's holding a PPSH 41 with the drum magazine. And of course, he came with equipment too. And I can show you what the box looked like. So you would mail away for this. Let's see if I mailed away for this one. Yeah, now this one I bought in KB Toys because when people didn't really respond, oh, how much did it cost? It's got a sticker. Do you see it? There doesn't, oh, it says promo. Oh, maybe they had it that if you bought something, you could get this. But I seem to remember, oh, now I'm getting confused. So this was a promo, a store promo. So I'm guessing that you bought something and then you would be given this for free. And I have a couple. There's one in this box. However, let's open this up and I'll show you. It's missing all of his gear. So what I did with gear and stuff is beyond me. Unless that's it. Is there a helmet in there? No, he's wearing his helmet. Yeah, he's wearing his helmet. It's got this red armband for identification, because you know the Soviets wore white snowsuits too. So you had to have a way of identifying if they were one of, yeah, here, okay, this is all of his equipment. That's cool. Can you guys see it? And this is the one I took out of the box. Although I did reverse the coat to the mouse gray color. And the original German coats, they also did that. Something you don't see here is his pants would have been really dirty. The white snowsuits didn't keep very clean. All right, the next figure up is what? I can't see it. Is, I think this one was a carded Joe, not Joe, but Ultimate Soldier carded. So he came with a belt and an MP40, a helmet. Because if you notice, he's wearing jack boots. And the other German infantryman had the ankle boots with, well, it's supposed to look like a canvas gaiter, but it was plastic, of course. But I think this is from a carded soldier. The next one up is also Ultimate Soldier. Can you guys see this? Because it's really blurry. Look what I did to my glasses. I came home and I took a nap, and when I woke up, I apparently was sleeping on top of these and broke them. Anyway, it's not the first pair. I wish I had a dollar for every pair I've broken. This is a lieutenant, Marine Corps lieutenant, that I also got in a carded. So when I say carded, it was like a bubble card, blister card. And I can't remember what he came with, but I think it was a 45 in a shoulder holster. And I think this was supposed to be Korean War, but I'm not positive. It's been quite a while since I've seen that. The next one up is a paratrooper from Soldiers of the World. Most of their figures I didn't care for. Uh, says Screaming Eagle. So this is probably Market Garden. You can see his cartridge belt is pretty nice, though. He's got a combat harness that's all falling up. For some reason, the harnesses on all these things never stayed put. Now, this one is, I think, from the M8 Scout car that I got for Christmas. And he's got a shouldered for now. When I was a tank crewman, we all carried as our weapon would be a shoulder holster like this with a 45. But you'll notice with this 45, the thing is a cannon. Check out the scale of this thing. See if I can get it out of here. This is not to scale, guys. Come on, get out of there. Look at the size of this thing compared to his hand. It's like a 50 caliber or something. Anyway, this came with the Scout car. I think this is the helmet that came with it. So that's pretty cool. And then this is the Red Devil. And you can see that being in storage has done something weird to his scarf. But his equipment is all falling off too, as you can see here. That's just for his E-tool. There's the small pack. I found a canteen for this too. Let me see if I can show that. Yeah, here it is. Here's the canteen that fell off. Looks like the strap has been broken. Okay, guys, so that's my loose figures. To review it once more, we have the British Para Red Devil. I don't know what happened to his helmet. It's probably still on the chair there. This is from the G.I. Joe M8 Scout car. This is a Soldiers of the World Operation Market Garden. This is from a carded Ultimate Soldier G.I. Joe. When I say carded, I mean they came out with boxed figures, and then they also came out with figures that had less accessories but were more affordable. So you could buy a whole bunch of Germans for, like a half the price or a third of the price, whatever it was. This was the promotional item that I think it was KB Toys that was featuring the promotion. Although I could swear that I mailed away for one. But this particular one I got in the store. And I think you got it free when you bought several Ultimate Soldiers. Because if you notice that the box I showed you, it didn't have a price, it just said promo. And they're not allowed to sell promos. Okay, this is the lieutenant or lieutenant or lieutenant for, I believe, the Korean War. And I think he came with a shoulder holster, but I don't remember. And then we have another figure, which was the Soldiers of the World, and he's wearing, I believe, an Ultimate Soldier German uniform. You know what? It could be. It looks like the collar is nicer on this, so it could be something else, like a dragon, maybe even. And then this is the Eastern Front Joe. Actually, it's an actual GI Joe wearing an Eastern Front uniform with a Cotswold collectible what I call a Normandy helmet, because it has this distinctive camouflage pattern. Okay, guys, that's all I've got for you this time. And I want to thank you for coming along. I really loved all the messages you guys left me. And I'm sorry I didn't die or something, so that your messages would not be wasted on Iggy, who was just having high blood sugar. And it makes me feel embarrassed that I wasn't something more serious. I'm not sure how high it had gotten, because when I finally did test it, I had already taken insulin, and it had gone down a little bit too. So I'm thinking it was probably between 4 and 500, but it doesn't matter. I'm better. It takes a little while to get back to even keel when that happens, but you can recover in a day. So that's the good news about that. All right, guys. So there's all the loose figures from this. Um, do I have a? Let me show you the. I'll show you the box that all that came in. It's this real tall box. I had all those boxed figures that I showed you, and they were all in here. It's very heavy. Okay, guys, that's all I've got for you this time. I'm going to show you this one next, okay? So stay tuned. Same bat channel. Same bat time, same bat channel. All right. Where do you guys want to get? Let's go to Bob's Big Boy. There's still a Bob's Big Boy located in Burbank, California. And it looks just like it did when it first opened in the late 1950s. And it's pretty cool. It has the glass windows that they slant up, or is it? No, they go up this way. Very sort of googie architecture look to it. And it's got the Bob's Big Boy in front. And you know what? We can get a milkshake. What do you say? We'll all sit at the counter. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I promise I won't get sick. Well, I don't know if I can promise that, but I'll try. All right, guys, take care.